some super fun new things that Stampin' Up! Has called Brusho Crystal Color, and that is what I did to the background of this. So, kind of warped the paper a little bit, but I thought it was still fun. So, I'm building this layout I'm trying to, I don't know if it's like an audition or if it's just I'm sending in submissions to be a part of a design team. And so I had to make all new things. And so I am having to create different projects to email in. And so this is one that I'm gonna finish hopefully tonight for my entry into that design team. So I have my little tripod stand, and so I just wanted to see if it was doable. I might be working around this little pole. Kayla, are you still here? It says I have one viewer, but I don't know who it is. It doesn't tell me. So I'll have to ask you later if it made you dizzy. If somebody's watching this later, you can answer. But I thought I would. Oh, it is you. Awesome. Did it make you dizzy when I switched? I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to test out my using the Big Shot on the same table that I have it attached to. I'm not sure if that part is going to, oh good, it didn't make you dizzy. Awesome. So I'm going to use some basic black paper on my, sorry, I'm sniffing a lot, on my precision base plate on my Big Shot. Oh, okay. So you won't be able to hear anything I'm saying, but I'm going to keep talking through. So I just put one of my clear plates over the top. I'm going to hold this and do it forwards. It's probably going to shake really bad if I do it. I might have to figure out a new system of how to fasten it without it being on the same table that I want to use my Big Shot on. So I ran it through twice, and it's going to cut this cute little branch out. So pretty. You can see it better on this one. So it's kind of a new thing right now that you can see some of these pieces still have the middles. Hi, Johnny. I'm just testing out a couple of things. I got a new, it's sort of like a tripod, but it's not. It's like a phone mount to my table. And so I'm hoping to start doing lives on Sunday nights after putting my kids to bed. Hi, Laura. So it lets me know who's joining me, but then if anyone leaves, I don't know who is with me still. So I'm just testing it out. So I'm just cutting out a couple of things to put on a scrapbook layout. I was telling Kayla that I am hoping to use this scrapbook page as one of the entries into a design team for paper crafting. It's a part of actually the team that I signed up with for Stampin' Up! And so she's having kind of, I don't think it's like auditions, I'm not even sure what it's called, for a design team. And so I am making a scrapbook layout for that entry that I'm going to do into the design team. So let me grab it and I'll show you. So I'll be adding these black little embellishment things to the back of my scrapbook page. So I'm kind of doing some black on black, but I have something that I wanted to show you that's super, super fun, that is new. It is pretty much the coolest ever. And in each of these little containers is like powder, like colored powder. And you can stamp an image and then add a little bit of water and then just like sprinkle. It's like a salt shaker that I poked holes in the tops because they don't even, hi Shell, they tell you that it's not best to open the lid because the color can just kind of get everywhere. And so I just used a little tack to poke a hole in it, and I've made a couple of different projects with it, and you just like dump it out like a salt shaker. So I wanted to do a little bit of that tonight if I can get my space cleared off here quick. So my table mount was a part of one of my Christmas gifts from Jeff, so I thought I would test it out tonight. All right, I'm gonna get a piece of scratch paper really fast. And show you some of this Brusho. Yeah, I was awful to him for Christmas and did not really give him anything on my list because I never can think of anything that I really want until like right when it's time to have it. So he did much better this year, and so I have to just start really early next time. So I am going to just show what a little bit of water and the Brusho can do, just so that you can have a little bit of an idea. And I'm not even sure, but I may try to zoom in if it would let me. I don't think it's going to. No, okay. So that is one thing that I needed to test out. So I'm going to just put, this is an aqua painter, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water down on the paper, and then I'm going to pick the gamboge because I think it's a fun name and it's a really pretty orange color. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on the paper, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water. So they tell us to add water to the paper first, but you can do water throughout. And so I really think the speckled look is really cool. And so I kind of use the water first as kind of something for it to hang on to, because I like the look of the speckle that it gives on there. And if you don't do a ton of water, then it'll just be the yellow color. And so now I'm gonna show you a little bit of blue. This is the Peruvian blue, and I'm gonna do a different kind of water. I have a spritzer, and I just keep water in mine. And so this will show you another way to add the water after the powder. And so it just reacts in such a different way, and I think it's so cool. I'll show you the couple of projects that I did using it. I'm also probably going to put one or both, I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet, of these projects into my entry for the design team as well. I'm just gonna grab it over here. They came out so fun. All right, so this one I used the Brilliant Red and the Peruvian Blue as well as yellow. And what I did with the white is I embossed first, just with white embossing powder. And I just kind of wanted to see how the color would react to the white. And what I learned is that the base of the peacock, which I love this set, it's so fun. But Cadence is terrified of peacocks, and so I just think it's hilarious that she did not want me to get this set, and look how pretty it is. So what I did was I did the back of the peacock first, and I embossed that in a clear powder because the paper was already white, and so it kind of made it a little bit of a different color than the white did. And so next time I would probably do the color first and then emboss it with the white powder, because that's what I did with these top embellishments, and those came out really, really bright white. And so it's fun to learn different things. And then I just, these are cutouts that I did of those words there. So, but I did the Brusho powder with the spritzer for this one, and I put the powder on the card first, and then I just spritzed it a couple of different times to see how the water would react. And so that's, it kind of does different effects. And so with this one, I'll probably just do a word over the top of it, but it does take a little bit of time to dry. And so these aren't your quick crafts, but this is another one that I did that is super, super fun. So this one I started off with the silver embossing powder, and I did these stars and the little houses in the silver, and then I went back in with, I made the paper wet first for this one, and I did the blue, the Peruvian blue, and the brilliant red were the colors that I used on the sky. And then I took a little bit of the moss green to do the bottom for the ground. And so it came out super cute. I think this is the one that I'll use for the entry. I don't know. I haven't decided. I only needed like 4 projects. And so I thought if I do 3 cards and 1 scrapbook page, that'll be enough for the entry. But it just came out so fun. So I haven't wanted to stop playing with the Brusho since I got it. And so when I did the scrapbook page that I want to work on to get done, I wanted to use the Brusho again for my background. And so you can kind of see, I wanted the speckles to be there a little bit stronger, so I did a lot of Brusho on that background. It kind of, because I put so much water down first, it worked the paper probably a little bit more than I was hoping for. And so I'll probably adhere it down to another solid white cardstock. But I think it'll be super fun. So I think with these that I cut out with my Big Shot, I'm just going to put kind of coming out of the back of the picture. And then I'll probably just do maybe a little sentiment on there and write a little clip about my siblings. This is one of the only group pictures that we took the whole time that I was in Nebraska. So we had tons of crazy and busy with siblings moving and sick kids, and it was nonstop the whole time we were there. So we just don't take the time to think about taking sit-down pictures or staged pictures, I guess. I have quite a few candids, but it was a lot. It was a big week. And lots of emotion flying all over the place. So I'm thankful for all of that time, but it was busy. So maybe I'll show you some sentiments and you can help me choose. I can also show you what stamp sets I used for those cards too. So this one, I used the beautiful peacock. This is just brand new this week. This is actually a Celebration item in the new Stampin' Up! Celebration catalog. So with any $50 qualifying order, you get this one for free. So that is what card that I made for that one. And then the sky with the two little houses was the first one that I had on my list for the new Occasions catalog, and it is called Waterfront. I am a sucker for watercolor, and it is probably one of my favorite Stampin' Up! Techniques. It's not necessarily a Stampin' Up! Technique, but that's where I use it. So, but the little house and the stars here are what I used for this card. And I also made, I'm a part of a swap it was due this week, and so I have not received them all back yet, so I am not sharing that picture until I know everybody from the swap has received it. But I did a watercolor look for that card as well, and I used the tree and the sky in that watercolor card, so we'll be watching on the page, and I will post that this week, hopefully. So this set is going to be so fun, because with the mountains, and this is water, and there are just so many things that I've seen already with this set that I was so excited to get it. And so this is in the Occasions catalog that just came out on the fourth. I think it's the 4th. I can't remember. I just know it was this week. So, let's see, for a sentiment for this one, ooh, here we go. So you can tell me whether or not you're seeing everything in reverse, because I don't know how to switch that. So if you can read these, you can let me know. I think I'll probably do this sentiment on my sibling scrapbook page. That one would be super fun. Oh, good. I'm glad you can see it. These sentiments are so pretty, and will go for so many different cards. So that one will be a fun one to add to that page. So I think I might go to finish this page. I have a little bit more that I need to do before starting the kids back to school. I was home for the last 3 days with sick kids, so both of my boys had fevers, and Malachi sadly still had his today, so he can't go back to school tomorrow. So thanks, Johnny. I am hoping that Sunday nights are just going to be my night that I get to do this, because if I put the kids to bed and I can just turn on the phone and start going, that I think it'd be really fun to share what I'm working on with everybody. And that way, if anybody has any questions or you want to see a technique done, you can let me know and I will see what I can do. But I hope you have a great night, Johnny, and anybody else that's watching this later. And I will see you hopefully next Sunday. All right.